My friend, let me ask you something. What if I told you that after the age of 70, just 3 wrong words from your mouth can steal your peace? 3 simple habits can quietly damage your health. And visiting 3 types of places can drain the life energy you have left? I learned this from an 80-year-old monk who told me his biggest regret. He said, "I wish someone had warned me earlier." Today I'm going to share all 9 things with you. 3 things you must never say, 3 things you must never do, and 3 places you must never go after 70. This comes from ancient Buddhist wisdom and modern science together. Please stay with me until the end, because thing number 9, it will truly surprise you, and it might be the most important one of all. Let's begin. Welcome, my dear friends. I'm so grateful you're here with me today. You know, when we reach the age of 70, something special happens. Our body changes, our mind becomes wiser, and our spirit seeks deeper peace. This is not the end of life. This is the beginning of your golden years, but only if you know how to protect them. I've spent many years studying Buddhist teachings and modern scientific research, and what I've discovered is powerful. There are certain words that poison our remaining years, certain actions that slowly steal our health, and certain places that drain the precious energy we have left. Today, I'm going to share 9 simple truths with you. First, 3 things you should never say after 70. Then, 3 things you should never do. And finally, 3 places you should never go. These are not just my opinions. This is ancient wisdom that monks have practiced for thousands of years, now proven by modern doctors and scientists. I promise you, if you listen carefully and apply even one of these teachings, your life will change, your heart will feel lighter, your days will become more peaceful. So please stay with me for the next 20 minutes. Get comfortable and let's walk this path of wisdom together. Are you ready? Let's start with the first part. 3 things you should never say after 70. Let me tell you about the power of words. In Buddhism, we believe that every word you speak creates your reality. And after 70, your words become even more powerful because they shape the precious years you have remaining. So let's talk about the 3 things you should never say after crossing 70. The first thing you must never say is, "I'm too old now." My friends, these 4 words are like poison. When you say, "I'm too old," you're telling your brain to shut down. You're telling your body to stop trying. You're closing every door of possibility in your life. I want to share a story with you. There was a woman named Margaret. She was 72 years old when her husband passed away. Everyone told her to rest, to accept that her active life was over, and she almost believed it. She almost said those deadly words, "I'm too old now." But then she remembered something her grandmother once told her. Age is just a number, but your spirit has no age. So, instead of giving up, Margaret joined a painting class. She had never painted in her entire life. People laughed. They said, "What's the point at your age?" But Margaret didn't listen. Today, at 78, she sells her paintings and travels to art exhibitions. She didn't say, "I'm too old." She said, "I'm learning something new." Science proves this too. Researchers have found that when older people use negative words about aging, their brain actually ages faster. The stress hormones increase. Memory gets weaker. But people who speak positively about their age, they live 7.5 years longer. This is not my opinion. This is medical fact. So, from today, remove these words from your mouth. Instead say, "I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I have wisdom now that I never had before." The second thing you must never say is, "Nobody cares about me anymore." This sentence breaks my heart every time I hear it. Because when you say this, you create a wall around yourself. You push away the very people who want to love you. Here's the Buddhist truth. What you speak, you attract. If you keep saying, "Nobody cares," then you'll only see evidence of that. Your mind will ignore every phone call, every smile, every small gesture of love. You'll become blind to kindness. I knew an old man in my village. His children visited him every week. His neighbors checked on him daily, but he would sit in his chair and repeat, "Nobody cares about me. I'm all alone." Eventually, people got tired, not because they didn't care, but because he refused to see their love. Medical science tells us something important. When you feel unwanted, your body produces stress chemicals. Your immune system becomes weak. You get sick more easily. Depression creeps in. Loneliness becomes a disease. But the opposite is also true. When you open your heart and say, "I am loved," you start noticing love everywhere. That neighbor who waves at you, that grandchild who calls you, that old friend who remembers your birthday. Love was always there. You just couldn't see it. So change your words. Say, "I am blessed with people who care. I am surrounded by love, and I share my love freely." The third thing you must never say is, "My best days are behind me." My dear friends, this is the most dangerous lie you can tell yourself after 70. When you believe your best days are gone, you stop living. You just exist. You wait for death, instead of celebrating life. Let me tell you something beautiful. In Buddhist monasteries, the oldest monks are considered the most valuable. Why? Because they carry wisdom. They've seen life's storms and survived. They know what truly matters. You are not past your prime. You are in your prime. These are your wisdom years. Do you know that Colonel Sanders started KFC at age 62? That Grandma Moses began her painting career at 78? That a Japanese woman climbed Mount Fuji at 91? These people refuse to say, "My best days are behind me." Scientists have discovered that your brain can still grow new connections even at 80 or 90. You can still learn. You can still create. You can still contribute. Age doesn't stop you. Only your words can stop you. I want you to understand something. Every morning you wake up is a gift. Every breath you take is a new beginning. The sun doesn't rise and say, "I'm too old to shine today." The flowers don't bloom and say, "My best blooming days are over." You still have so much to give, so much wisdom to share, so many people who need to hear your stories, learn from your experiences, feel your presence. So please remove these words from your vocabulary forever. Instead say, "My most meaningful days are happening right now. I carry treasures of wisdom. The world still needs me." These are the three things you must never say after 70. Words have power, my friends. Choose them carefully. Speak life, not death. Speak hope, not despair. Speak possibility, not limitation. Now let me move to the second part. 3 things you should never do after 70. Now let's talk about actions. Because words are important, but what you do with your time and energy matters even more. After 70, every action you take either adds life to your years or takes it away. Here are the 3 things you should never do after crossing 70. The first thing you must never do is hold grudges or old anger. My friends, imagine carrying a burning piece of coal in your hand. The longer you hold it, the more it burns you. This is exactly what holding grudges does to your heart after 70. I'll tell you a true story. There was a man named Robert. He was 68 years old when his brother cheated him in a business deal. Robert was so angry he stopped talking to his brother. He would wake up every morning thinking about the betrayal. He would go to bed every night with that same anger burning in his chest. 5 years passed. Robert was now 73. His health was declining, high blood pressure, heart problems, constant headaches. The doctors gave him medicines, but nothing worked. Why? Because the real disease was not in his body, it was in his heart. One day, a Buddhist monk visited Robert. The monk said something simple. "You think you're punishing your brother by holding this anger, but look at yourself. He's living his life, and you're dying slowly with hatred. Who is really suffering? That day, Robert understood. He wrote a letter to his brother, not because his brother deserved forgiveness, but because Robert deserved peace. And you know what happened? Within weeks, his blood pressure started improving, his headaches reduced, he started sleeping better. This is not just a nice story. Medical science proves this. When you hold grudges, your body produces cortisol, the stress hormone. This damages your heart, raises your blood pressure, weakens your immune system, and even affects your memory. Anger is literally killing you from inside. Buddhist teaching is clear. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is medicine for your own soul. When you forgive, you set yourself free. You don't have to forget what happened. You don't have to become friends again. But you must release that burning coal. Let it go. Your remaining years are too precious to waste on old bitterness. The second thing you must never do is stop moving your body. I see this happening everywhere. People reach 70 and they think, now I should just rest. I've worked enough. Let me sit and relax. But here's the truth. Your body is like a machine. If you don't use it, it rusts. If you stop moving, everything starts shutting down. There's a saying in Buddhist monasteries, a rolling stone gathers no moss. The monks wake up at dawn and walk. Even the 80-year-old monks, even the 90-year-old monks, they walk every single morning, not because they want to exercise, but because they understand that movement is life. Let me share some powerful facts with you. Scientists studied thousands of people over 70. They found that people who walk just 20 minutes a day live 5 to 7 years longer than those who sit all day. Just 20 minutes. Not running, not gym, just simple walking. And it's not only about living longer, it's about living better. When you move, your brain gets more oxygen, your memory stays sharp, your mood improves, your joints stay flexible, your heart stays strong. I'm not asking you to become an athlete. I'm not asking you to lift heavy weights. I'm asking you to move, walk in your garden, do gentle stretching, practice simple yoga, dance to your favorite song, play with your grandchildren. Your body is a temple. The Buddha taught us to respect this temple. Don't let it decay because of laziness. Even 10 minutes of movement is better than 0 minutes. Start today. Right after watching this video, stand up and walk around your room for 5 minutes. Tomorrow, make it 10 minutes. Your body will thank you. The third thing you must never do is isolate yourself from people. This is the silent killer after 70. Loneliness. Many people think that solitude and isolation are the same thing. They're not. Solitude is when you peacefully spend time with yourself, reading, meditating, enjoying silence. That's healthy, that's beautiful. But isolation is when you cut yourself off from the world, when you stop meeting people, when you stop talking to friends, when you refuse invitations, when you lock yourself in your home day after day. Scientists have done serious research on this. They found that isolated people over 70 die 7 years earlier than socially connected people. 7 years. Loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. This is medical fact, not opinion. Buddhism teaches us a fundamental truth. We are all connected. We are like waves in the same ocean. When you isolate yourself, you go against nature. Humans need humans. We need conversation. We need laughter. We need touch. We need community. I understand that after 70, it becomes harder. Friends pass away, children move to other cities, energy levels drop. It's easier to stay home. But easy doesn't mean right. Make one phone call today. Join one community group. Visit one neighbor. Attend one gathering. Your presence matters. Someone out there needs your smile, your story, your wisdom. Don't let loneliness steal your remaining years. stay connected, stay alive. These are the three things you must never do after 70. Now, let me tell you about the three places you should never go. Now we come to the final part, and this might be the most important one. Because the places you go, the environments you enter, they affect your energy, your peace, and your lifespan. After 70, you don't have endless energy anymore. Every place you visit either fills your cup or drains it. So you must be very careful about where you spend your precious time. Here are the three places you should never go after crossing 70. The first place you must never go is negative gossip gatherings. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Those places where people sit together and complain. They talk badly about others. They spread rumors. They criticize everyone. They see only darkness in the world. Maybe it's a neighbor's house. Maybe it's a community center. Maybe it's even a family gathering where people do nothing but gossip and create drama. I want to tell you something from Buddhist wisdom. The Buddha said, "You become like the 5 people you spend most time with. If you sit with complainers, you become a complainer. If you sit with gossipers, you become a gossiper. If you sit with negative people, negativity enters your heart." Let me share a story. There was an elderly woman named Pratima. Every evening she would go to her neighbor's house where 4 other women gathered. And what did they do? They spent 2 hours talking badly about everyone in the neighborhood. Whose son did what wrong? Whose daughter-in-law is bad? Who's having money problems? Just gossip, gossip, gossip. Pratima would come home every evening feeling heavy, feeling disturbed, feeling anxious. She couldn't sleep well. Her blood pressure went up. She became suspicious of everyone. Her own family started avoiding her because she brought home all that negative energy. One day her grandson asked her, "Grandma, why do you go there if it makes you feel bad?" That simple question changed everything. Pratima realized she was wasting her golden years in toxic environments. She stopped going. Instead, she joined a meditation group where people shared wisdom and peace. Within a month, her entire personality changed. She became calmer, happier, healthier. After 70, your energy is like gold. Don't waste it in places that drain you. Don't give your time to people who pull you down. Learn to say no with grace. Protect your peace like it's the most valuable treasure, because it is. The second place you must never go is back to toxic relationships. This is difficult to talk about, but necessary. Sometimes the most toxic places are not physical locations, they're relationships. And after 70, you must have the courage to stay away from people who hurt you. Maybe it's a family member who always criticizes you. Maybe it's an old friend who makes you feel small. Maybe it's a relative who brings drama every time they visit. Maybe it's even a grown child who treats you with disrespect. Buddhist teaching is very clear on this. Compassion does not mean suffering. You can love someone from a distance. You can wish them well without being in their presence. I knew a man named Mohan. His younger brother would visit him once a month, and every single visit would end in arguments, insults, and Mohan feeling worthless. But he kept allowing it because family is family. At age 74, Mohan had a heart attack. The doctor said stress was a major factor. That's when Mohan understood. Some relationships are literally killing you. He didn't hate his brother. He didn't curse him. He simply created a boundary. He said, "I love you, but I cannot allow this toxicity in my life anymore." It was the hardest decision he ever made, but it saved his life. Listen carefully. You have maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 20 years left. Do you want to spend them suffering in toxic relationships, or do you want peace? It's okay to distance yourself. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to choose your mental health over obligation. This is not selfishness. This is self-care. The third place you must never go is to bed with worries in your heart. My dear friends, this is thing number 9. The one I told you would surprise you. And yes, your bedroom, your bed, is actually a place. It's the last place you visit every night. After 70, sleep becomes medicine. But if you take your worries to bed, you poison that medicine. I see it all the time. People lie down at night and their mind starts racing, worrying about money, worrying about health, worrying about children, worrying about tomorrow, worrying about death. And they cannot sleep. Buddhist monks have a beautiful evening practice. Before sleeping, they do 3 things: 3 deep breaths to release the day, 3 gratitudes to remember blessings, 3 minutes of silence to welcome peace. Science supports this completely. Poor sleep after 70 damages your memory, weakens your heart, increases disease risk, and shortens your life. Your bedroom should be a temple of rest, not a torture chamber of thoughts. Here's what you must do, starting tonight. 1 hour before bed, stop all worries. Keep a small notebook, write down anything troubling you, then close the book. Tell yourself, tomorrow I will handle this. Tonight I rest. Then, before lying down, say 3 things you're grateful for, even small things. I'm grateful I could walk today. I'm grateful for the food I ate. I'm grateful for this soft bed. Feel your body relax, and then sleep like a baby. These are the 3 places you must never go after 70. Remember, where you go decides how you grow. Now let me conclude everything we learned today. So, my dear friends, let me remind you one more time. After 70, protect these 3 things. Protect your words. Never say I'm too old, nobody cares, or my best days are gone. Protect your actions. Never hold grudges, never stop moving, and never isolate yourself. Protect your peace. Never go to negative gatherings, toxic relationships, or to bed with worries. These 9 simple truths can add years to your life and life to your years. You are not at the end of your journey. You are in your wisdom years. You still have beautiful days ahead. You still have love to give and receive. You still matter. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 9 things touched your heart the most? Which one will you start working on today? Please share in the comments below. Your words might inspire someone else. And if this video helped you, please share it with your family and friends who are over 70. Let's spread this wisdom together. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you keep receiving these teachings. Hit that bell icon. I'll see you in the next video with more wisdom for your golden years. Until then, may you find peace, health, and happiness every single day. Thank you for being here. Blessings to you.